And welcome back to Overdrive League. Tonight we got Sunken Gaming versus Anarchy. My name is Sordo, casting alongside Rudy. Rudy, how are you doing today, buddy?
Well, I'm doing alright, I suppose.
Man, you gotta get hype. This is a hype match. You know, we got the battle for 7th place, basically. You know, people can still make it into playoffs. We gotta get hype.
Yeah, they're trying to get to be one of those 6 teams making it to the playoffs.
Yeah, I know. But as we're getting into bans, no ban for Sunken? Question mark? Interesting. Interesting so far. Oh, okay. There we go. Now we're starting to get some of the bans. Zoe banned out for the side of Anarchy. God bless, because I hate Zoe.
Zoe has incredible pick potential, as well as that Q burst damage coming out as well. So it's pretty good to get that off the field early.
Literally any game that I play of League of Legends now, I hope and pray to God that Zoe is banned, because I don't want to play against it. I don't want to play against it.
It is interesting to see. I don't know if Sunken has subbed anybody in or out to not have that first ban. But if they don't, then it's probably just them being confident going into this.
I don't think that's it, but I think they might have had a sub. But either way, Ari, Braum, Morgana, Fizz, all bans. I like the Fizz ban. After the buffs that he just received in this patch, I think it's a really strong pick. What do you think?
Yeah, it was interesting to see the buffs. They had removed his 3 times damage in order to front load a lot of that damage, right? But essentially it was an overall damage nerf. But now they've massively buffed his front loading damage, and he's even more of a scary assassin than he used to be. So seeing that getting banned is certainly something to make note of.
As we see Olaf and Rakan also picked up. Olaf, sweet Jesus, they gave him so many buffs this patch to his W. Like, this guy's gonna
the
be
increased attack speed, certainly going to make him even more of a force to be reckoned with when he's on his low HP and getting that lifesteal going on. But more than anything else to be stated about Olaf is really just the ability to ignore CC and just run in. It's an interesting first pick when you haven't seen the enemy pick up a whole lot of CC champions, but they did pick up Rakan, who brings quite a bit of CC to the table.
Yeah,
So
one of the strongest bot lane just picked up Xayah Rakan. Oof. I personally hate playing against Xayah Rakan. Their level 1, level 2, level 3 is just deadly. It's insane how much damage they do. We see...
Well, the level 1 isn't so scary because you have to... her damage spike is really on that level 2 when she gains the ability to pull back her feathers. Until that point, her damage is actually somewhat lackluster compared to what a lot of other AD carries bring to the table.
Well, you go W on both Xayah and Rakan, and Xayah's W also goes to Rakan as well. So that level 1 damage is mental, but for the side of Sunken Gaming, they just picked one of the most passive bot lanes that you can ever pick, Ezreal and Nami.
Yeah, it looks like they're definitely going for that late game scaling.
As we see, the Kha'Zix also picked up as well. Kha'Zix, he's still extremely strong in the jungle now, even after all the nerfs to lethality.
Nerfs to lethality, nerfs to his ultimate. He no longer gains the invisibility and move speed going into bushes. But he's still a very strong jungle duelist, and I think we might be seeing more aggressive plays coming out of the jungle between the junglers if we see this Olaf in the jungle instead of in top lane. He can be flexed to the top lane though.
I don't think we'll be seeing him top, but we do get into the second phase of the bans, and we just see 4 mid laners banned. Oof. This is what you get for not picking a mid laner within the first rotation. You get the 5 strongest, 6 strongest mid laners just all banned. All of them on the side of Anarchy, though. Jeez. As we see Irelia locked in.
It's interesting to note the Talia ban, as we've seen Talia taking up more of the jungle role specifically, and not so much of the mid lane, considering where her damage has been adjusted to. But she's still getting a ban here despite potential junglers having been picked up. And we see the Irelia picked up, potentially for top lane. She can be flexed to mid. We've seen a couple of pros taking her in the mid lane as well.
Yeah, Irelia still seems like a counter to some mid laners, but I don't think she'll be picked mid, as we see the Ziggs gets picked up as well as the Shen. But I feel like the Shen is a direct counter to the Irelia. What do you think about that matchup top?
Well, Irelia has had more of her power put into her auto attacks this patch, and less of it put into her casting ability. So Shen being able to block those auto attacks that have now been slightly boosted from her could prove to be advantageous. And Shen brings a lot of early damage that people don't seem to respect. So we might actually see an early first blood going up in the top lane, just if the Irelia doesn't.
Well,
Never mind, Irelia is the mid laner and Ornn is top.
We got the clapping himself, Ornn. God, it is the most satisfying thing in the entire world. You get the brittle on the opponent, and you just see him wind back and just clap anyone that he autos. Oh my God, it's so satisfying. I love it.
So, sorry.
It's all good. I'm liking the side of Anarchy, though. They have a lot of good engage and a lot of disengage as well. What do you think about the team construct?
Well, for the side of Anarchy, we have the Shen taunt engage. We have Olaf being able to just ignore whatever the enemy is trying to do and go on to those squishy champions. We have the Ziggs Ezreal for the sieging poke, and the Nami for the strong disengage / catching out people. So all in all, they have a really well-balanced team. The main problem with the Ezreal, though, is that yes, he brings strong siege, yes, he brings strong poke, but he just doesn't bring as fast a damage output as other AD carries possibly go. Hopefully that'll be made up for with the Olaf and Ziggs. Meanwhile, on the side of... Oh, you
were just talking
Anarchy.
about...
I was talking about...
You were talking
Sunken.
about Sunken gaming. Yep. It's all good.
On the side of Anarchy, on
Actual
the other hand.
Anarchy, Poggers.
Actual Anarchy, PogChamp. My bad. We have... Ornn has extremely long range engage. Like, it rivals... actually, I think it's the best long range engage. The only other character even coming close to rivaling that is Zac. And then we have Kha'Zix for picking out anybody who just happens to be lagging behind their team or just alone in their jungle. And then Irelia, I don't think brings a whole lot to their table. Her ultimate stopping auto attacks, but on the enemy side we have a lot of casters and Olaf who can just straight up ignore that. But it is nice to see the Xayah coming with a bit of self-peel in the form of her ultimate and being able to just bring out a whole lot of burst damage with all of her feathers. And then there's Rakan. Rakan has very good engage, decent disengage, and all in all, it's a very well-rounded team as well. Ornn is going to be just a straight-up wall for them to try and get through. But on the side of Sunken, you have essentially two walls to get through. You have Shen and Olaf, and Shen is a particularly tough wall to get through because his taunt is able to pull that aggro.
Right now, looking at the comps, I think the only thing that I can, say anything about is that jungle matchup. Because with the buffs to Olaf, I don't know if he can 1v1 Kha'Zix, but I'm pretty sure he can now. So my concern with Anarchy right now is that jungle pick. What do you think? Like, I think it's going to be a real issue.
Well, when it comes to Olaf and Kha'Zix, I think Kha'Zix will beat out Olaf still in the jungle, but it will come to when Olaf uses his W active, his vicious strikes. If he uses it while he's at about a third HP, we should see enough sustain and attack speed coming out from it to net him the win. But if he uses it too early on, he probably isn't going to have enough of the lifesteal or attack speed mixed with his passive to really see that damage come through where he takes out Kha'Zix before Kha'Zix takes him out.
So as we're getting into the game, we can look at the summoner spell choices. Nami running heal, Ezreal with teleport even after all of the nerfs. I don't know. I think they might be setting themselves up for failure in that bot lane on the side of Sunken Game.
It's certainly a power play, to be sure. We see the Rakan having the ignite. They're looking for that early kill. They are wanting that early fight. And Ezreal bringing that teleport, they're going to be missing out on a bit of that damage or even mitigation that a exhaust could have brought to the table. Whether or not we're going to see that take effect is another matter, but because Ezreal and Nami is a very safe lane, and so it'll be interesting to see how the Rakan manages to utilize that ignite early on.
Well, I think the other issue becomes Ezreal Nami does still have the potential to win this lane, and on the side of Sunken for Bully and Jay, they just completely threw away any potential for them to actually get kills with Nami running heal instead of ignite and Ezreal running teleport. The issue with teleport now is that it's just way too long of a cooldown. You get one use out of it basically, and it's just, not there.
Going from 5 minutes to 6 minutes.
Yeah.
It's pretty hefty. Meanwhile, we also see the Irelia holding the ignite in the mid lane. Like, it looks like Anarchy is just straight up looking for these fights early game, and they're wanting to just absolutely demolish Sunken Gaming.
Yeah, no, that Irelia wants to go in and go in hard. If she's able to get ahead with the Kha'Zix and can just burn down the Ziggs and Olaf 2v2, they're going to be in such a good position to win the game and just hard carry with Irelia. Then even after the few nerfs to her, with the E, with the Q, I still think she's in a great spot to be able to carry games in league. So, I don't know. We're going to have to see what happens.
So we're seeing a regular setup coming across here. They're just watching their entrances, seeing if anybody's going to invade. It looks like we're not going to see any level 1 fights or invades here. Everybody's just going to play it nice and safe.
Gotta love those 5 points. Oof. Poggers. So, I'm perplexed, though. The Olaf. He went Hunter's Talisman instead of Hunter's Machete. What are you thinking? Especially with the buffs to W. What are you thinking?
Well, Hunter's Machete is good for those single target camps that you're just auto-attacking over and over again. And with Olaf, normally you would be taking that since he's very auto-attack based in his jungle clear, and it only scales better as he gets lower on health. But the talisman, he might be looking for a axe clear, just maxing Q, going for the axe. That's AoE. It'll give him sustain from the talisman, and it'll help him with his mana problems early on. But if he goes from red chickens to blue buff, he won't have those mana problems. And especially with the scuttle giving back like 60 or some odd % of your missing mana is absolutely ridiculous. You can go from having a sliver of mana to having 3/4 of your mana after taking a scuttle early on. That I don't see how a talisman is going to help him outside of just slowing down his clear speed a little.
Now, if you notice top lane, the Orin chose to take Q instead of W. And I don't know why. This is the second game that I've casted an Orin taking Q instead of W level 1. You can already see he's forced to burn the pot not even 2 minutes into the game. I don't know what people are thinking taking Q instead of W. As Ezreal Arcane shifts in, this Nami is going to be forced to burn Flash. We talked about this earlier. The power spike at level 2 for Xayah and Rakan. Holy crap.
Yeah, that's that level 2 power spike. It's unfortunate the Rakan took the ignite, but he failed to get it onto the Nami there. She only had a, like, 60 or some odd HP there. The ignite could have probably gotten them the kill.
Maybe. It would have been a heal as well. You got to remember, the Nami took heal as well. They were trying to play this so passive.
Well, the heal was popped. No, it wasn't.
No, it
Never
wasn't.
mind.
I was about to say, Rudy! Rudy,
I can't see. I'm blind. Oh, we see the Shen blocking that clap. So you know, you talked how you love the clapping happening in the top lane, but Shen's able to just absolutely block that whenever he wants to.
Yeah, no. It's kind of, give and take in this lane, I feel. Because the Shen is still getting poked down by Bellow's breath. So, at the end of the day, I don't think it matters, but this Orin does need to be careful. Because if this Olaf paths top lane, there's going to be problems for Orin.
Well, we won't be seeing the Olaf path top lane for a while. He cleared his top jungle, and now he's in the bottom side taking the scuttle. We're seeing Kha'Zix heading there, so we might see a fight going on, possibly.
Direct to
But
camera.
it looks like they're just going to back away.
Yeah, no. Oh, Shen still just eating the harass of the Orin. It is not a fun matchup, especially pre-nerf Orin. Was just such a pain to fight against. He got tankier than you, did more damage than you. Not a fun time to face him. Oof.
Now, Kha'Zix has a back on the Olaf right now. He's completed his jungle, his first jungle item. Getting the enchanted smite, he will be able to. If he couldn't duel him before, he most certainly can now. And the Olaf still hasn't gone back. He's going for a full clear.
Yeah, no, little trades. The Nami's getting low, but they'll be able to heal back up with Nami E W. Oh, as the Orin charges in, but buddy, you're out of mana. Aftershock goes down. Orin, you are tanking minions. Bellow's breath comes out, and there is the clap from Orin. The disrespect from the Shen. Sweet Jesus.
A little miscalculation on the Shen's shield there, but a great calculation from the Orin's clapping.
Yeah, no, the Shen still had flash. Interesting. As Rakan just goes in.
Probably saving it for later because the Orin's clap is an empowered auto attack. And once it's
Irelia?
started,
I think she just inted, boys. She queued in to the Ziggs without her ult, without any damage, without any mana, and just... What? Just got Q autoed and died. If that's solo Q, you question mark ping that. As Rakan goes in, he gets bubbled. The Ignite goes down onto Ezreal. Nothing's burned except for the Ignite on Rakan, and everyone's going to get out. Ooh, that might have been a bad Ignite and a bad fight.
So we are seeing a CS lead taking for the Ziggs over Irelia. Nearly 10 CS lead right now.
Nami, the Shen ult comes down, the flash by Xayah. But, wow, That is some summoner discipline to not use heal there. Ooh, holy.
Wow.
Stand United saving that Nami's life and saving the summoner spell more important. But he's going to miss a lot of CS top lane for this, though.
Yeah.
As Rakan goes in, the taunt goes down onto Rakan. Rakan, you are... Woo! The flash coming out, the failed flash, and that's just going to be a kill over to the Shen. Forget the CS, the kill is worth.
Kron was fishing for something there, but he ended up catching more than he could handle.
Just a little bit. He got completely demolished.
Well, that pickup down there made Shen's travel more than worth it, saving the Nami and picking up a kill for his team.
Yeah, that was...
More than a little offsets the CS difference that he's going to have with the Ornn. However, he is going to be at a level disadvantage, which may come into play later on in the laning phase, as Ornn just will continue to bully him out with pure stats.
Yeah, no, I'm expecting this Kha'Zix thing. Okay, here we go. As the Aurelia ult comes down, can she get the stun? No, she can't. Exhaust comes out. Ignite goes onto the Ziggs, but Olaf is there. Kha'Zix is there as well. Kha'Zix flashes onto the Ziggs, gets the kill. Mega Inferno Bomb comes out. Olaf comes out as well. Ragnarok, can he get out? And yes, he will. The Ezreal is here as well. Is he going to phase rush forward? He does. Olaf flashes, and that's going to be a kill onto the bully. Wow. Everyone's burning everything for no reason.
So the Irelia going in on the Ziggs was a well-played attempt, and the Ziggs tried to run to the Olaf. The Olaf was a little slow on the uptake there, but when Kha'Zix came in, it was all over for the Ziggs, unfortunately. Just being able to leap in and secure that kill.
I mean, I don't even think that's the issue. The issue now becomes the Ezreal was able just to roam up without any response from the bot lane and get a free kill onto the Irelia. Irelia forced to burn Flash, Ignite. Kha'Zix also burns Ignite. Or Flash, sorry. Kha'Zix with Ignite, Omega Lol. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's just not worth it. Irelia is now 0-2, and she is really far behind.
Well, he was able to do that because he had...
Wait, sorry to say, Rakan comes out, but that's 4 people bot. That's going to be Xayah dead. Oof. Great rotations on the side of Sunken Gaming.
And then this might turn into a dragon play.
Shenton does miss. Call of the Forge God is still here, so we do have to be careful. Kha'Zix goes in, and the heal coming into play. Is the Nami gonna... Yeah, she barely. Ooh, that Kha'Zix damage is a lot.
Well, the Kha'Zix showing off his damage is probably going to stop that dragon from happening. Olaf is too low, and Nami just has to get out of there.
Yeah, no, they do have priority mid, though, so this might come into account. Ornn decided to stay on his HP. He charges into the wall, and everyone's going to leave. Kha'Zix ends up securing the dragon, but that's going to be a stun onto the Ezreal. Ezreal flashes out. Last Stand comes out as well. Irelia ults out. Irelia going in onto everyone. She is getting low. W comes out, and everyone's going to live. Ignite comes out by Rakan, though.
Well, that could have been a very important team fight, but luckily both sides managed to... luckily Sunken managed to get out of there with everybody's lives intact. Oh,
don't say that yet. Kha'Zix going in, ends up queuing and deleting that Nami. Woo!
So we're seeing on this...
Exhaust.
So we see a Cloud Drake picked up for Anarchy, and first tower is going to be going down here. They have a whole lot of map pressure coming down. We see Ornn in the top lane about to take his tower as well. A huge influx of gold for the side of Anarchy. But the Cloud Drake is certainly an interesting pickup, because I think that it is a largely underrated dragon.
100%.
People.
100%. It's very, especially if you can get 2 or 3.
Oh yeah.
It
The added
it
move
starts to
speed
work.
just allowing you to rotate faster. We already see them doing very good rotations on the side of Anarchy, and when you see a Kha'Zix being able to roam around the map even faster, things get scary quickly.
And the thing is, the next Drake is a Cloud Drake, so on the side of Sunken, they need to be careful and watch out because they're gonna make a play onto the dragon. That's probably gonna be mid tower going down, and ooh, a pause. Hello.
You do see a pause.
Now,
Now, losing the 2 towers to the side of Anarchy, Sunken can still easily make a comeback from this. They have Ziggs, they have Olaf, Ezreal. They can still take towers extremely quickly. And they're putting a play onto this mid tower, which arguably opens up the map more than the side towers.
Well,
so
you gotta also remember the top tower still hasn't fallen, even though it has 150 HP, something like that.
Well, we will see that top tower falling pretty soon because they've rotated their bottom side, Xayah and Rakan up, and they still only have Shen up there.
But the issue in doing that, they just conceded the mid tower. And like you were saying, the mid tower does open up the map. But on the side of Anarchy, the thing that they have going for them is that Kha'Zix. He's now 2-0, and he can really put a hurt onto all the carries on the side of Sunken.
Yeah, if he can find Ezreal or Ziggs before a team fight goes down, that's going to clinch it for the side of Anarchy, unless Sunken manages to find some sort of seam that they can just grab a hold onto in the middle of the team fight.
Now, my thought process, if I'm on the side of Anarchy, is we take the top tower and then rotate onto the Rift Herald. The only team that really has vision onto the Rift Herald is Sunken Gaming. If I'm Anarchy, I need to start making rotations onto Rift Herald and start clearing out vision, because right now, no sweepers on the side of Anarchy. Wards are being placed all into their jungle, and they have no idea.
Also, another thing to note is that despite getting first tower and only being down 1 kill, there's 100 gold difference between the two sides, and there's more gold on the map right now for Sunken Gaming to be picking up. They have a big wave in the bottom lane to collect, and they still have no towers taken for their side. First tower or otherwise, because first tower was taken for Anarchy. But just coming from the CS side, the mid lane, Irelia's made a comeback from the deficit that she had. She's only down about 4 CS right now. The Orin is up almost 10 CS on the Shen. Kha'Zix and Olaf are about even, and like the farm is fairly even, but we see the kills are mostly on Kha'Zix for the side of Anarchy.
Yeah, no.
Whereas on Sunken, we almost see a 1 across the board for everybody except Nami.
Right. I think the biggest issue right now is that Irelia pick. She is just getting completely and utterly smashed by the Ziggs. She needs to start picking up farm before that Ziggs gets to the Lichbane, gets to, the Luden's Echo, and just starts pushing down towers that she can't defend anymore.
But on the side note, if Irelia finishes her Triforce, finishes her Sterax, she will be able to jump onto the Ziggs, especially with her resets, and the Ziggs won't be able to get away even if he uses his blasting satchel, just because she's able to dash in and reset dash.
Yeah, no. Irelia with Trinity Force is a force to be reckoned. But without it, she's kind of worthless, and especially since her lane is getting pushed in by 3 people, and she's just not in a good position to defend this tower, and whether she was or not, Satchel just demolishes the tower anyways.
Well, she's got 2/3 of her Triforce already, so we'll be seeing that power spike happening relatively soon.
I think on the side of Anarchy, what they need to do is get the Aurelia to the Trinity Force and look for 5v5s. Call of the Forge God hasn't been used all game. You know, you still have Featherstorm up. You still have the quickness up for Rakan. You need to be looking for fights because your mid game is just disgusting with Irelia, with Kha'Zix, with Ornn. They do a lot of damage.
Now, the Ornn in particular, I don't know if I agree with the item he's looking to build here. He's looking like he's building Abyssal Mask, which is a 10% boost to anybody's magic damage within the radius for his team, right? But looking at the side of Anarchy, what magic damage do they have outside of Ornn and Rakan?
The full AD gods is basically what is happening on the side of Anarchy. Their goal is to end this game quick. Because unless Xayah is able to get to 5 items and start dealing true damage to the Olaf and to the Shen, they're going to be unkillable. They're just going to build full armor, you know, the Deadman's, the Thornmail, the Randuin's Omen, and just make everyone's life a living hell.
And seeing even more of the poke side on Sunken, we're seeing the Ezreal building into the Iceborne Gauntlet, which is really going to help his survivability against this AD team.
Yeah, I know, but as we get back into the game, there goes that mid tower just straight down.
It looks like the Nami is rotating up to try and help protect this tower.
I know, they really want to keep the tower up, but I don't think that tower's going to be long for the
It's one hit away once minions get there.
Yeah, no, Nami and Shen are up here, but I don't think that rotation is worth it. Yeah, no, they see the Kha'Zix, but that tower is just going to go down, and it's going to equalize the gold completely.
Zig's heading to the bottom lane to pick up that massive wave, though.
Yeah, no. That Irelia is hoping and begging that it's not the Ziggs picking up the wave, but once she sees that, oh god, it's a tilter.
So it looks like we're beginning our ARAM in the mid lane. Sunken has the advantage on it, of course, because they have a heavy poke comp, and that mid tower is gone on the side of Anarchy. Whereas Sunken still has that safety net to run back to.
You know, something to notice is that
Ornn pushing up super hard.
Yeah, no, the Ornn's all the way up there. But then another thing to notice is that Last Stand is up now. Or Stand United. Why do I keep saying Last Stand? It's Stand United. Oof, jeez. Yeah, no, I'm thinking of Call of Duty, you know, that Last Stand perk, you know, Modern Warfare 2. Oh, jeez. Never mind. Aurelia goes in, the Ignite comes out, Mega Inferno Bomb comes out as well. Stand United comes out, saving the Nami's life. This is insane. Irelia goes down, Call of the Forge God misses the Ezreal. Shen Taunt misses as well. Rakan going in, but misses his W. Everyone's missing abilities. Oh my goodness. As the Rakan's getting still poked down, Bellows Breath, the flash onto the Rakan, quickness comes out, but Ragnarok comes out as well, and that's the Q onto the Rakan. He's dead. Ornn flashing over the wall. Can he get out? Yes, he will. And that's going to be a 2-0 on the side of Sunken Gaming.
It's really showing the...
And nothing's going to happen here. Okay, wait, Ornn, buddy, gets taunted, flash forward by the Aurelia, but Kha'Zix gets deleted as well. Everyone's going down for the side of Anarchy. This is domino effect going from bad to worse. Oh my goodness, what?
This is really beginning to show the difference in the team comp's team fighting capabilities here. The side of Anarchy got real split up in that team fight. You saw that Sunken Gaming was just staying together in the middle of that lane, but Anarchy was trying to scope around the edges, looking for things, fights started happening. Kha'Zix didn't really get in there again after trying to take out the Nami, and things just started snowballing in the favor of Sunken.
Yeah, no, Rakan. What a. Every ability ended up missing for Anarchy, and it just led to their downfall. Right now, the Aurelia's 0-3, no sums. The Kha'Zix ends up getting soloed out by the Ezreal, who's now 3-0-3. And it's just not a good time. Everyone is out of position for the side of Anarchy, and, you know, things are going from bad to worse.
We are seeing a Cloud Drake spawning, and Rift Herald is also up. If one side goes for one of those, we might see the other side going for the other.
Ooh,
But it
this
looks like
Kha'Zix is
Sunken
caught
just
out.
wants to press their advantage and just really take the fight to them now.
And I mean, it's smart. Okay, that's a smite coming out. He's just like, nope, Scuttle Crab meta. That is mine. As Kha'Zix is just getting smacked up. Rakan goes in, flashed by the Shen. Shen, the Ignite is there. Call of the Forge God ends up picking up the kill. What?
Yeah.
This
And the Olaf picks up the Cloud Drake.
this is so odd. So many deaths that are so preventable are just happening.
And just as I said, when one picks up the Cloud, the other's trying to pick up the Rift Herald. But we are seeing a collapse.
But everything's
How about
worded.
you
Tidal
take it?
Wave comes out. Bellow Breath is trying to save everyone. Aurelia comes down. But she's just going to die to the Olaf and the Ziggs. Bellow's Breath he's trying to survive, but he's just going to go down as well. There goes the Q by the Olaf. And this is just going from bad to worse at this point for the side of Anarchy.
Yeah, now we see almost a 3k gold lead. It's about a 2.5k gold lead on the side of Sunken Gaming. And a lot of that gold is actually pretty well spread out through their team. The Ziggs, Olaf, and Ezreal are all three of them have quite a strong lead on the opposing carries. The Shen is a bit behind the Ornn, but that's not mattering too much as the Shen is just becoming this unkillable monster, able to take the aggro and CC people and just mitigate damage naturally through is it still considered dodging?
I think it's just blocking at this point with the Shen W. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just blocking. But you know, you are right. This is where having a full AD composition kind of messes you up, especially if you get behind. Because now the Shen is just becoming unkillable, finishing Sunfire Cape, still has Tab Eyes. The Olaf going into a Randuin's Omen. It looks
We actually
like.
see Tab Eyes on every person except Nami on their team. As
It's
well
just-
as the Ezreal with the Iceborne Gauntlet. It's just really showing.
Speaking of Nami, she just gets caught out, flashes out, but it's not going to matter. Aurelia gets the double Q, and that's just going to be the end of her life.
It's the danger of having a team comp that's easy to build against.
Very much so. But the Nami overstepping, she doesn't know where anyone is. Vision is not adequate on that bot side, so you can't be walking out like that. You're going to get picked off every time.
Well, she only has 2 deaths, and she has the Moby boots, so, yeah, you gotta get them wards out. So it looks like both sides are just trying to pick up some CS. Now Olaf is going to force this wave into the tower. He wants to get that off of the map, just so that they can't pick up the gold. He actually summons the Rift Herald. I think he's looking for this tower. He wants to really crack something open onto the map.
Yeah, no, that's going to be bot tower T1 going down. And he can just keep going. No one's responding to him except for Kha'Zix. I guess Ornn is now coming down, but Shelly's going to get another smash onto the tower. Or maybe not. I spoke too soon. The caster curse is real.
The caster curses. Now, it is unfortunate that it was Olaf who had picked up the the Rift Herald's eye, because if the Shen had picked it up and he had brought it down to the bottom lane, he could have been walking that up while the rest of the team was on that Baron that had just spawned.
I don't think on the side of Sunken that they have enough damage yet to do it. As Call of the Forge God comes out, but it misses. Tidal Wave comes out, blocking the Aurelia engage. Orin is forced to flash out. Aurelia and Ragnarok comes out. Olaf flashes forward. Olaf gets the kill onto the Orin. Stand United comes out. Everyone's super low. Heal comes out from the Xayah flash as well. So does Featherstorm. And she's gonna get out barely, even after all the misplays.
So that's that team fight coming into play again, but what really hampered that team fight was the Call of the Forge God just missing on the second...
Oh, hold up. Kha'Zix jumps in? What? He's gonna get slowed down by Iceborne Gauntlet as second part of the R comes out. But I think Anarchy's still looking to fight a little bit. This might be risky.
Now they're looking to gold starve their opponents by taking the jungle. They're going to rotate up, take this top tower. And then they're going to probably look for a reset, put some gold, all the gold that they've managed to accrue here right now onto the map. They do have 1,700, 1,500, 1,400 on their carries that they're going to want to put on the map after this next fight, after taking this tower.
Yeah, no, this gold lead is just getting exponentially larger. It's eventually going to be 4 towers to 2. And if I'm Anarchy, this is not looking the best for them.
Well, it looks like Anarchy has realized that instead of trying to take them...
Hold up, Orin just went in and he... Ooh, okay. That's an overstay. Just give up the tower there.
Well, it looks like Anarchy has taken up the split push method compared to Sunken, realizing they can't take them in these team fights. They're too far ahead. Let's get some split push going on, try to force them out as like 1 or 2 people, and maybe let the Kha'Zix pick them off. As we do see the second tier tower going down by the Xayah, they're going to pick up this Cloud Drake, a third Cloud Drake that spawned.
I don't know. A major issue that I'm seeing right now is the Kha'Zix still does not have a sweeping lens. If he's going to go and try to assassinate, you know, the Ziggs, who has the least amount of armor, I guess, out of everyone, or the Nami, how is he going to get around without knowing if there's vision or not?
By the Duskblade that he just built.
I mean, I guess, but what happens when that's gone? Kind of out of luck there, I guess.
Yeah. Sad but true. But it'll get him by for about the next 5 or 7 minutes with just its passive proccing.
Very true. But the Aurelia finally has Trinity Force plus a Jarman's Fist.
And she's starting to work towards that Sterax.
Oh, hold up. Call of the Forge God comes out. They try to get it onto the Ziggs, but he just flashes out. And he's going to be fine. 3 ults burned for the Ziggs flash. I don't think that's worth. Tidal Wave comes out. Ragnarok is also out as well. Aurelia goes down. She is just so weak. The Nami heal comes out as well. That's going to be Orin going down as well. Nami flashes forward, tries to bubble Mega Inferno Bomb, almost takes out the Rakan. Xayah goes forward, and she's going to die to the Ezreal as well. That's 3 for nothing. And that might be Baron. Nope, they're going to just push me.
Anarchy going for the Ziggs wasn't a bad call. They managed to get the flash out of him, but then they just overcommitted. They went under the tower while Sunken managed to collapse on them. And as time and time, you know that old SpongeBob meme, how many times we gotta keep doing this to you, old man?
Yeah, no. They're just over and over and over again. Anarchy's making the same mistake. They try to get the pick, they get the summoner spell, and then they commit too hard to the play, and the Orin gets caught out again and just costs them the fight. And then Irelia also getting picked off by the tidal wave.
But after taking the mid inhibitor, now mid inhibitors are a very important objective, but mid inhibitor is arguably the worst objective to take. Bottom inhibitor is the strongest, just because of the Baron pressure it brings up. But in a top and mid inhibitor, it's very easy for teams to just push out and answer very quickly.
Ooh,
that happens.
Hold up. Give me a second. Taunt comes out onto the Irelia. Irelia flash comes out as well. So does her ult, but it does nothing. Rakan dashes in to try to save his Irelia, but it's going to cost him his life too. Again, stepping way too far forward even after you get the Ziggs ulti out. Oh, jeez.
Now that's going to look like a Baron call coming out from Sunken after that. 2 kills, mid inhibitor down with the super minions. That's the Baron. Are we going to see an answer coming out from Anarchy? I don't honestly think so. We're going to see Ornn maybe ulted, but that's about it.
Yeah, no. If Ornn steals this, or if Kha'Zix steals this, oh, it's going to be a lot. Let's see, can the Kha'Zix be the hero that everyone needs and wants? Bubble comes out, Call of the Forge God comes out as well, but Kha'Zix is just getting chunked. Tidal Wave comes out as well. Can he flash over and get the steal? Shen tries to taunt Flash, gets nothing for it, and there goes the smite out. Everyone's gonna die. Ornn's dead. Shen just eating everyone's damage. Olaf flashes over. Shen goes down to the Irelia, but this fight is not going well. Irelia is just going to be taken down by the Ezreal. Nami goes down to Xayah, but I don't think it matters. That Ezreal is just doing way too much damage. Okay, hello, Olaf. You are caught out and you are gone to the Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix tries to flash or go on to the Ezreal, but buddy, he has 3 items. He's just going to melt you. And that's going to be an ace for the side of Sunken Gaming.
Well, I think this is where the fat lady sings. We're seeing Ziggs pushing down the mid. Already took both towers. Ezreal could just show up here and start taking the Nexus while everyone is down, but it looks like they don't want to, and they're just going to force more power elsewhere. They're gonna put some gold on the map, maybe head to that top tower, or rotate down to Dragon. It is a Fire Drake coming up. Now this could be where hubris gets the best of you on the side of Sunken Gaming. Instead of going for ending the game, they've decided to drag it out just a bit more, getting a bit more power. They want to pad their KDA just a wee bit more, but it's always because of that bit more. This is a game of inches that you could see a comeback coming from the side of Anarchy.
I don't know. Right now, the bully is insane. 11:07, 4 items in, 29 minutes into the game. He is just doing monstrous amounts of damage and is just going to melt through anyone that tries to step up to him.
Now it is interesting that he's starting to build the armor penetration when there's only 1 cloth item on the Ornn. Like, nobody else on the side of Anarchy even has any form of resistances outside of Mercury Treads. Rakan has the
Zeke's. Yeah.
The Zeke's Convergence. Like, that's some armor and magic resist, but there's just no
okay, Rakan just goes in and dies. Tidal Wave comes out. The Ornn is just going to get deleted. Irelia tries to go in, but she's going to die to the Olaf. The Olaf is just going ham. But look at that Ezreal damage. Disgusting amount. And he's just going to pick up the rest of the kills. And this is probably going to be the game.
That comes from being so concerned with the magic damage coming out from Ziggs, you forget to see what that Ezreal is doing.
I know, very true. Stand United comes out just to get the Shen into the picture. That's going to be GG for Sunken Game.
Everybody say cheese! commanding delay out from Sunken Gaming.
Yeah, no. They had complete control over the entire game. Anarchy just kept going in and just kept dying. Nothing really worked for them.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, who do you think? Well, personally, for me, the MVP on the side of Sunken has to be that Ezreal. We saw him bringing just a huge amount of damage to the game. And for the side of
Anarchy.
for the side of Anarchy, god damn. You really have to give props to the Ornn, I think. He tried to make some things happen. He got caught out a few times, but so did a lot of the others. I mean, what more could you really ask for
I would probably give it to the Kazakhs. The Kazakhs did do his share, but it just happened to be the Ornn and Irelia just kept getting caught out, kept dying instantly, and that just ended up being the game for Anarchy. They had the game in their hands, but they just completely threw away their lead and just made the game impossible for themselves to win. But as we wrap it up, we will be back with our next game of the day, which is Mammoth versus Roar. We'll be back in a few minutes with Overdrive League Gold Division. See, not me. W. Oh, as the Ornn charges in, but buddy, you're out of mana. Aftershock goes down. Ornn, you are tanking minions. Bellow's Breath comes out, and there is the clap from Ornn. The Smite coming out. He's just like, nope, Scuttle Crab meta, that is mine. As Kazakhs is just getting smacked up. Rakan goes in, flashed by the Shen. Shen, the Ignite is there. Call of the Forge God ends up picking up the kill. What? Not enough damage yet to do it, as Call of the Forge God comes out, but it misses. Tidal Wave comes out, blocking the Irelia engage. Ornn is forced to flash out. Irelia and Ragnarok comes out. Olaf flashes forward. Olaf gets the kill onto the Ornn. Stand United comes out. Everyone's super low. Heal comes out from the Xayah flash as well. So does Featherstorm. And she's going to get out barely, even after all the misplays. Everyone's going to die. Ornn's dead. Shen just eating everyone's damage. Olaf flashes over. Shen goes down to the Irelia, but this fight is not going well. Irelia is just going to be taken down by the Ezreal. Nami goes down to Xayah, but I don't think it matters. That Ezreal is just doing way too much damage. Okay, hello, Olaf.
Rakan has the Zeke's convergence. Like, that's some armor and magic resist, but there's just no
okay, Rakan just goes in and dies. Tidal Wave comes out. The Ornn is just going to get deleted. Irelia tries to go in, but she's going to die to the Olaf. The Olaf is just going ham. But look at that Ezreal damage. Disgusting amount. And he's just going to